So this one comes in from Mama Bear. Now it's kind of long, so bear with me. Mama Bear writes in and says, a little background. I'm a mom to 3 children, 2 of them queer, and I've been divorced 2 years. My oldest daughter is bisexual, and this matters to the context of the story. I have a very close relationship with her. She and her father don't have a good relationship, and that would take paragraphs to explain, but in the simplest of forms, he's a narcissist, and when she became a teenager with her own thoughts that challenged his, he didn't take the opportunity to understand her, and hasn't since. They can get along at family gatherings, but there's a lot of tension if too much time is spent because he makes verbal jabs, and she speaks her mind right back. Well, we got together Christmas morning, and he had bought a t-shirt for each of the kids, but when it came time to open gifts, he told our oldest that she couldn't open hers in front of everyone because it wasn't appropriate. That was awkward enough, but when he pulled her off to the side, I could tell it was bad. I heard her say, I will never wear this, and he just laughed and responded, I don't care if you throw it in the trash. After he left, she showed me the shirt. It was a picture of a cat with the words, lesbians eat what? Cue record scratch. Now here's the thing. Is that funny? Maybe if you're giving that to a close friend. But as a father, giving that to his 20-year-old daughter for Christmas, which she has a bad relationship with, she didn't find it funny at all, and neither did I. I keep thinking if she were straight, would he have given her a shirt with the words, I like riding dick? No, he wouldn't. Obviously, this only further put a divide in their relationship. He doesn't get why she can't take a joke, and she is kind of done at this point. I'm with her. Anyway, my question is, as 2 straight dads, what's your take on a joke gift like this? Also, as a co-parent, even though she's an adult and can speak for herself, would you say something to him about the gift? Thanks, love gods. I don't remember whose turn it is.
I don't know. Let me dive in first.
Yeah, go.
Put my foot in my ass, or I'll put my foot in his ass, because holy shit, dude, like, this is where it's tough, because I understand a father trying to connect to their child as their child is on the cusp of becoming an adult.
Yeah.
I always think back to when I first went off to university, my father had a computer built for me, like a CPU. And it was nice. Like, it had the, up-to-date modern tchotchkes and Windows XP, because that was the most recent thing back in 2001.
Yeah.
But he also had bought me a poster that was like one of those Spencer Gift style posters where it's like a busty girl in a schoolgirl uniform that says like study hard or something. And I'm like, I'm never going to put this up. Like, this is going to get immediately thrown in the trash, but somebody else's trash, because I'm too embarrassed to even have it in my own trash can. So,
Sure.
So I understand like that awkwardness, that disconnect, but this is even like worse than that. Like, especially for if his response is, I don't care if you throw it in the trash, just tells her that he didn't care enough to put enough thought into a gift that was meaningful or relevant. And it's just him checking a box, him being like, oh, I got you something. It's your fault you don't like it. It's not my fault I gave you a shitty gift. That's just so bizarre to me. So, yeah, I completely agree with Mama Bear. I think that's fucked up, and I don't agree with him giving that as a gift. I think it's a pretty big cop-out. If I'm the daughter, I don't try to talk to him about it, because it seems he is non-receptive to anything that anybody else is giving him. So he thinks he's in the right and everybody else is wrong. I think the best thing to do is just cut him out. And then he can sit there being why won't anybody talk to me? It's like, because you're a dick. And until you change and make amends, these are the repercussions. And you just have to either learn and change and grow. Like, you're never too old to not be a dick. Everybody can make those changes. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, I would say not worth the effort, not worth the words you would waste trying to convince him to not be the shitty version of himself he already is. What about you, man? What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you on this. So I think that is, first off, that shirt's kind of lazy, right? It's not really funny. There's lesbians eat this and it's a cat. Like, we get it, eat pussy, like whatever. It's just not that funny. Like, I am down for a raunchy shirt, especially if it's somebody that you have a good relationship with, So like, if I If I got one of my queer friends a shirt and it was related to something, about their sexuality and it was funny, I think that's one thing, right? Like, especially if it's something that we've made, we've laughed about before, if it's the kind of conversations that we have, sure, why not? But when this is your daughter who you don't have a good relationship with, and I'm going to read between the lines here and say it sounds like he's probably not cool with her sexuality. I'm just guessing. I could be fully full of shit there, but reading between the lines, it sounds like that's a point of contention. Their queer kids are a point of contention. And especially like, oh, she talked back to him. Guess what? That's what kids do, especially teenagers. And then, like kids in general, my kids talk back all the time. Are you kidding me? So yeah, kids are going to talk back. And is it awesome? Sometimes it kind of sucks and sometimes it's hilarious. But I think if you don't have that kind of relationship, joking about something as personal as what you do in the bedroom with your kid, no, I'm not in favor of that. Now, I will say that if my kids and I continue to have a great relationship, I think my kids love the shit out of me and I obviously love the shit out of them, and they get older, I have no problems making jokes about that kind of stuff with them. I've made plenty of jokes with my oldest son because lately we've been talking about puberty. He is that age. He is for sure going through it. And we've had talks about some stuff that's like, mildly uncomfortable, mildly awkward. They're getting to that age. But we've had to have those talks. And for me, I tend to diffuse awkward situations, sad situations, whatever, with humor. That's how I handle those things. I crack a lot of jokes. And so I made a lot of jokes with it. And I think it helped him feel more comfortable. But again, he and I have a very close relationship. He's one of my best friends in the entire world. I love him to death. And we joke around about a lot of stuff. If we had a bad relationship, you better believe I'm not making those jokes. And so I think I don't want to write this dad off. It sounds like he's a narcissist. It sounds like he's kind of a shitbird. But I don't want to be like, fuck this guy, like cut him out of your life, divorce him, like she should never see him again. I want to try my best to look at this and go, maybe this dad was trying, like you said, to try to reach out, to bridge the gap a little bit. Maybe he was trying a little bit and he felt scorned when she was just like, I'm never going to wear this. And like his knee-jerk reaction was, well, I don't care if you wear it. Like maybe he had his feelings hurt or whatever, which by the way is not the daughter's responsibility. I'm in no way saying that like she should have been thoughtful. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is like maybe that was his gut reaction and that he actually did care and he was trying. And in that case, I would say, first off, you as his wife, Mama Bear, probably want to talk to him, might want to bring it up and explain some of the shit that we're talking to you about. Maybe just mention like, hey, if that was you trying to connect, I appreciate where your heart was at, but that wasn't the right way to do it. I think if you want to connect, you should try to connect with your daughter. You should try to find things that you relate on and connect about them, and make it a slow process because you've had 20 years of time where your relationship hasn't been good. It doesn't just repair itself overnight. Spend some time getting to know who she is besides somebody who eats pussy and, connect in whatever ways that you can and be accepting of the fact that it's going to take time. Yes, I do think that you should have that conversation, Mama Bear. And also, your daughter's 20 years old. I think for sure she's an adult and she should have those conversations. But I also can understand 20 is one of those times where everything is changing all the time. Like life is so fucking unstable. And she might just be at a point where she's like, I don't want to deal with this right now. I honestly cut him out of my life. Like she might be at that point, and I think it's reasonable and to let her do that and let her come back in due time. As long as she's not cutting it off with you, Mama Bear, who you have a great relationship with her, I think, yeah, that is the way to go. I think let her do her thing, maybe gently encourage her like, hey, I'm not saying that it was good. I agree this shirt was fucking stupid. I think him saying to just throw it away was fucking stupid. And let's find out if maybe this was him trying to, make inroads with you and help him. And if she's like, no, fuck that, then okay, cool. No, fuck that. And you as Mama Bear need to help him understand that. Don't need to, but I think it would be good if you want to salvage your relationship and their relationship to help him understand that. You got any pushback on that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I still got to cling to the idea of like his effort was minimal at best. And I think
For sure.
that it's not just that the shirt was distasteful, it was just so lacking any sense of love. And I feel like that would be more hurtful than like that it was a bad lesbian joke on the shirt. You know, like I'll use this as an example. My father-in-law, right, for his birthday, or Christmas, he's notoriously hard to shop for. We know what bands he likes. We know what kind of music he likes. So typically we'll try to find him some sort of t-shirt. He usually just wears dark colors. So like black, right? So we got him like a black AC/DC shirt. And then just because we were like, well, we know he likes AC/DC, but it's not like one of his favorite bands, like Deep Purple or Black Sabbath. Those are the bands that he likes a little bit more. So we also got him this shirt that was like the villains of Star Wars. So he had like Vader and the Emperor and Darth Maul and I think Grievous. Or maybe it was Kylo Ren. And with that one, we were kind of like, that's just the extra shirt. He loved that one more than the AC/DC shirt. So, you know, sometimes even someone that can be difficult to shop for, you can kind of hedge your bets. Try a couple different things that they like. And if he doesn't know, ask the mom or ask one of their siblings and be like, hey, do you think this is something that they'd like? Like, get some additional input. Don't just be like, haha, lesbian shirt, that's fine. You know, it's just like, to me, I understand the idea of it's awkward. Maybe he doesn't know how to connect with this individual, with his own daughter, but there are more steps he could have taken. And what it sounds like is he neglected to take even one of those steps and just defaulted to like, here's some misogynistic bullshit, like, ha ha ha. And that's inexcusable for me. That's not that's not I'll give him any sort of pass on it. Not that I'm saying you are, but just, I get like that. Well, you know, don't cut him out completely, but you know, I think he has a lot of work that needs to be done.
Well, I think so too. And I mean, part of it is the fact that he got her a lesbian shirt when she's bisexual.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand that too. A lot of people, especially people that don't pay attention, it's all one thing, right? But that's just another example of him not really paying attention, him not really listening or understanding who she is as a human being or what things, you know, apply to her life. So I agree. I'm not even trying to give him a pass. I'm just saying, like, I think for people like him, that road to like,
assholes.
Assholes for sure. Narcissists, that road to building any kind of a relationship, if that is even what you want to do. I mean, I don't know, from what you're saying, Mama Bear, it sounds like you want to kind of salvage this and as a co-parent, like, figure out what to do. So I think part of that is figuring out how you can help make inroads. And if that's not the case, I think you may have to take on that role of Mama Bear and being like, hey, fuck you. You can't do that shit. You can't do that. Like, this is not between us. This is between you and her. But I am telling you that's not okay. So I think that might fall on you. And as much as that sucks, it sounds like you're probably ready and willing to to stand up for her. And I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, she's more prepared.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I hope that helps, Mama Bear, and good luck. Not an easy situation, we know, but we're hoping for the best, and also hoping for the best for your daughter as well. So thanks for writing in.